Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. When women say they want a man with money, they are only telling a half truth. Now, y'all know I don't usually go in on women because my thing is if a man build himself up, the women will come. And it ain't just cliche. He need to focus on himself. But at the same time, if there's something that women are doing, I'm going to call it out if it affects how a man is building himself up. So I said, well, shoot, because I'm one of those people, I see big pictures. So I can tell men a lot of stuff. But if women saying something contradictory, it actually messes them up. Now, one of those things is women insisting, they don't want a broke man. He got to have money. Like I saw some on Facebook, and one of my Facebook friends, I'm not sure about his whole name, but I think it's Intellectual Sniper. I don't think that's not the precise thing, but Intellectual Sniper. If you watching this video, shout yourself out in the comments, bro. But you had something, and you had this thread. I forgot what the exact question was, but all these women were talking about how a man had to have money. I mean, they were very articulate about it and everything. I was like, okay, all right, I respect that. But see, here's the problem I don't respect. Well, let me get into why I would get into it. Because, of course, you got plenty of men. And, when I talk about situations where a man is getting a woman without spending any money, he ain't leading with his wallet, I always get pushback from some fellas. And then, they would look at something like that and say, yeah, see, Rom, that's what the women saying. They're not telling the whole truth. And here's the whole truth. Yeah, they want a man with money. He better be fine, too. Or sexy. He better turn them on sexually. He better be handsome or sexy, preferably both. If they could have a handsome and sexy man, and he got money, they trying to marry him. And shoot, I know this from when I was first selling my book, Nice Guys and Players. Because I had the same ploy, because, Ron was about getting that money, so if I had to sell it to women, I did. And I was in a lot of positions where there was mostly women. So, I just told them the simple thing. It was the truth. I said, ladies, you know how you want that man who's real fine, knock it out in the bedroom, right? But you also want that responsible man, he can take care of the bills and everything. In this book, I'm just telling men how to do it. Man, I had women buying it for their sons and everything. Look, because that's basically the ultimate man. That man, a fine man with money. In fact, remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out? In that booking movie? That shit worked. Because, shoot, a handsome billionaire who was also into some kink. Shoot, that's a woman's fantasy right there. Shoot, you look at these romance novels. They always most of the time, got some man to make money. Shoot, if a woman can meet a millionaire and he's sexy, he turning them on, shoot, that's the fantasy. Shit. Man, please, if you're going to write some fiction, write a romantic comedy, have that happen. Shit. But see, the problem is, women will only say the money part, but they don't talk about the other part. Now, here's where it's a problem. I'm going to shout out dearly departed Kevin Samuels. We had a private conversation. He was talking about these situations where he was talking with some men who were making good money. If they weren't making six figures, they were making at a minimum high five figures. And quite frankly, if any man who making over $50,000 a year, any man, really globally, if he making over $50,000, he already in the top 25% of earners. So, but there's plenty of guys out there making money. And, of course, I talk select and non-select. I would say a significant part of the non-select men make money. At least enough to live on, It ain't always necessarily six figures, but of course that depends on where you living at. If you live in this many parts of, at least in this country, many parts of the world, shoot, you making $90,000, that's still more than the average person. That's still shit. That's still shit. You can still get out, depending on where you at. You still get a good house, vehicle, big house and stuff. Shoot. But a significant part of the non-select men, or nice guys, whatever you want to call them, part of the 80%, they making money. So if a woman is just looking for money, they right there. They shouldn't be single. Oh, and just to be clear, that's not all the non-select. A lot of non-select are just some bums. But not all of them. I say, if I had to like an unscientific guess, because it's hard to do a complete survey, I would say 40 to 50% of non-select men actually make money. I mean, not necessarily rich, but at least they well off. They can take care of themselves. They can take care of the bills. Let's put it like this. They can pay the bills. They can provide. They want to do it. Hell, they don't even go in for that 50% thing. They ain't complaining about it. They want to take care of all the woman's bills. Shit, they want to. They pride themselves. They want to be able to say their woman's staying home. Hell, they want to be those traditional husbands. You don't like these women complaining about these men out here talking about some 50-50 and all of that. You don't have to complain. Hey, look, they won't have to complain about these guys. They ain't giving them time of day. They ain't talking to them. Even when you talk about that passport bro thing, right? Even when you talk about it, let's just be real on it. The brothers wouldn't have to go overseas if the women were treating them right here. That's common sense. Like all these women talking about passport brother this and passport brother that. I was like, yeah, not giving them any play. In fact, for anybody who supports that movement, ask a woman who complains a bit. It's like, all right, if you saw me down the street, or you saw any of these passport brothers walking down the street or something, they approach you, say hi, would you respond? Most of them going to say, most of the women going to be no if they're going to be honest. Or put them up to a lie detector and ask them. Shit. And they got money though. You got to have money to travel. You ain't no broke motherfucker traveling. Shit. So they got to have money to travel. Women ain't giving them a play. There's a lot of guys. I mean, you got, please. And this ain't just some random shit. I've seen this since the first, late 80s. That's when I started really looking into some relationship stuff. Didn't write a book till later, but I started paying attention. And I said, hold up. Be going out, you be saying, I'll be like, well, hold up. Women say they want money. This guy got money. What's the issue? Seriously. But women ain't, the thing is, that's only part of it. In fact, even when women say they want all these personality traits in a man, they say, oh, they want him kind. They want him this, kind. They want him to help out, be sympathetic. They're only talking about a small percentage of men. Shoot. Even though the 80-20 ain't exact, but it is pretty much, it's exact enough. Shoot, let's just be real. Just for reference sake, they don't want any broke, sexy dudes. They'll deal with them a little bit, but when they talk about a long-term relationship, yeah, they want them to have money. That's the thing. But see, they not saying it. See, that's the issue I got with some women. They not saying that. They not saying that part. In fact, I even thought about that because everybody, really bring up people like this. But you remember that young lady who started really sparked Kevin Samuels, the average at best young lady. The first time I saw that, I said, yeah, she probably meet some guys who got money. She probably been doing that. They ain't fine. They ain't fine. Seriously. Let me slow my ass down. I'm by school. They always got these. You gotta slow down around schools. You gotta protect the kids. But seriously, they need to get off that bullshit. Yeah, they'll say it. They'll articulate it. I say, well, why don't you hold up? In fact, you could probably get a group of men. You can get a group of those women saying, oh, he gotta have money and stuff. Gotta got money. Throw them in there with some men with money. But if those men ain't fine, if they ain't like, sexy, Because let's be real. Even though I've said several times there are several shorter statured men who get women, let's be real, women still gonna take it into account. Man, you got some shorter statured men who got money. You know? They'll say, oh, looks don't matter and all of that. Okay. There's some guys they would call ugly who got money. And the women like, I ain't getting with them. Shoot, the guys might even take them out. And then you know what? I'm going to tell you what with those cases. Those ain't even my bad situations. They'll go out with that guy. They'll meet a guy and go out with him for some money. He goes, spend all this money on him. He good to go. All of that. All right. They good to go. They happy and stuff. And then the guy, he driving his nice late model luxury car. They went to that went to that like nice dinner at that expensive restaurant. Went to Ruth Chris. She went to see that play that people been waiting months to see. I mean, he spent some money. That dude putting out some money. Shit, he might even not even Ruth Chris, take it to one of those restaurants that man, to take that woman to a restaurant, they don't even have the prices on the menu. They don't even have the prices on the damn menu. One of those places. Like, if you worried about the prices, you can't afford it. Dudes be having the money. Then the woman, he'll drive her back to her place. She don't even let him get out the car. No, she'll be a little nice to him. He can walk her to the door. And she give him like a little side hug. Oh, it was a great time. She might give him like one of those air kisses. Shit. As soon as she get in, she sent it a text to, she sent it to Joe Roughneck. Joe Roughneck, he barely work. And Joe Roughneck come over that house. In fact, he don't even got a car. He take his 10-speed over our house that night. Be Joe right into the middle of the street. He get over there, and then he be tearing her up. In fact, she might even say to the man, hey, Poindexter, can I get a little bit of money? Help me with some bills. And Poindexter, he got that money. He'll say, yeah, here you go. Give him $500. Yeah, drop off. He still get, what, for him a little bit of money, she'll give him a kiss on the cheek. And she'll give him a little bit of a hug. It'll be she'll give him a front hug, but it'll be a butt out and breast barely touch. Yeah, then she get in there. She's in that, in fact, it's not even a WYD post text to Joe Roughneck. She just tells his ass to come on over. So he ride his 10-speed over there. He get in there, and she say, here, Joe, you have this. And he be like, oh, baby, thank you. Baby, thank you for this. Let me show my appreciation. Good, loving, body rocking, knocking boots all night long. He be tearing her up. Shit. In fact, Poindexter will call her and stuff, make sure she in bed. He's like, baby, I got home okay. And she'd be like, she'll answer too. He'd be like, oh, you all right? He'd be like, baby, what's wrong with you? Oh, just breathing so hard because you was just such a nice guy. It's really taking my breath away. Then Joe Roughneck said, shit, you can still talk. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah. Seriously, you get some guys out there. That's why I say I call some bullshit on some women saying that. Why don't they just say the whole thing? Now, if they said, nah, he got to still look good and have it, you know what? That's fair. And I think that's fair because then a bunch of guys would know, okay, they still got to fix themselves up. Because seriously, there's a ton of guys like that. There's a ton of guys. They're making money. They got degrees, everything. In fact, if you think about it, they got to have money to give super chats to these people, go to these conferences and all of that. They got to have money to travel. They got money. But the women saying, oh, you just need money. They got it. They want to provide. They want to provide. They want to provide. Shit, they got the house. They got good credit. Joe Roughneck, he don't even have discussions about his credit. Yeah, and I don't mean the Joe. I'm just using it as a general term. I don't mean the one I usually refer to. That's actually a real person. But I'm just saying, though. Yeah. If it was a situation of men getting, just having that money, getting the women, there wouldn't be no arguments about Pookie and Ray Ray. I wouldn't have to say, that's overblown. It wouldn't happen. Pookie and Ray Ray, this shit, they'd just be sitting back, whatever. That wouldn't even be a concept. Yeah. I'm just laughing. I'm going to tell you why. It's too much bullshit out there. And I've told women this. Like on my woman's channel, it's in hiatus for a while because, I explained in my last video on there, I got to change some stuff. Probably come back. I already got an idea for a format, so stay tuned. But, I've told the women this. But see, women will say that. And it's constant. Women ain't saying, and that's a real issue I have with women. It's like, look, why don't you just say it? If the men can't handle it, they can't handle it. Just be honest. Because then men will know, hey, I don't have to be the one telling them to hit the gym. They'll do it. Women will just say part of it. Like I always tell that story of when I'm at this forum. We specifically talking about the whole point was the type of men that women get with sexually. That's the whole point of the forum. It's all about Mr. Goodbar, right? And this woman, she argued with me. Like, oh, women don't want a guy like that. Women don't want a guy like that. She's saying this publicly, right? In front of all these women. And they were surprisingly quiet. These women had a reputation for jumping in on anything because I did some women before, and trust me, they were pushing back. They pushed back, snapped. They had everything to say. They were quiet as shit. Only two women really spoke during that thing while I was doing it. One, she had actually been a Jet Beauty of the Week. Like a legitimate like 100 octane. She was pushing back, but she was smiling the whole time. Because she told me afterwards, she said the rest of these women were quiet. She was smiling. She'd say some shit, but she'd be saying it with a smile. So we kind of winked at each other and said, okay, let's put on a show. But this woman, arguing. Say, no, women wouldn't go for that. Women wouldn't get that guy for just sex. Then we get outside. It was just me, her, and a couple of her friends who knew she was bullshit. She said, damn right, she got a muscular young boy. And that's a major issue, man. These women ain't honest about what they really want. I'm going to be real. Some of these female content creators bullshitting you too. They ain't telling you the whole truth. I'm just going to be real. They tell you a half a truth. Something to make you feel good. I ain't calling any names. But I'm just be real, man. I'm going to be real. If these women really, if that's what they wanted, and, women pragmatic, and there's going to be some women who want guys with money, and, long term, if you're talking a long-term relationship, that makes sense. You're going to need that money, but that's not to spend on the woman or anything. You got to eat too. Shit, if she just living there with you, hell, she benefit from it, but you're really doing it for yourself anyway. You putting food in your stomach, you providing a place for you to sleep. She just gets the benefit. She get the benefit from it. She act up, kick out. But that's the whole thing. They if that's all that was needed, you wouldn't get men with money. Shit, there's a lot of men out there, women try to say the man broke, but then that man who got a nice size house, he going to bed alone at night. Man got that nice car, he going to bed alone at night. That man who could travel, that man who could pay for a family, not just himself, pay for a whole family. He could support a wife, she could stay home. That's how much money he makes. She don't even have to work. All the bills are paid. He can't 2, 3, 4 kids. She don't have to work. He making money like that. But is he fine though? And indeed, let's be real. A lot of times those guys are still approach a woman, but if he ain't fine, he could have his wallet out, unless she still ain't gonna take it if he ain't fine. That's where the issue come in. If women need to say that shit. Women need to say that shit. Now I'm gonna call it out. And the women need to be honest. Just be honest about it. At least, and then the men will know, okay, I got the money, but I need to hit the gym. I got the money, but, you know, I still need to I still need to cut my hair right. I got the money, but I still need to work on my conversation. In fact, I would say this is what I say about money. Let me be clear. Because sometimes people say, oh, well, Rom said you don't have money. No, motherfucker, I ain't say that. I said, shit, you need to make money for yourself any fucking way. But my issue with this whole video is women not just saying, look, yeah, we want that guy with money, but he need to be fun. That's it. That's it. And like the other stuff I said too, like how good he is, how nice, how good he is with kids. All that stuff they put in the media, it only applying to 20% of men. I mean, let's just be real. And let's be real on something too. All those same women, they still will hook up with some guy who fine, and he only have money. There's a lot of women, they paying the bills. They got kept men. Men driving their car. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. And then, of course, these women who talking about, oh, money, 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 they seem to forget about those women. That's like, look, if you're going to say something, say everything. Be real about that shit. Because I really do, though. I'm going to be real. These are legitimate good. They doing what a man's supposed to do. They working hard. Like women always say, protect and provide. Okay. You got men willing to do that. Hell, even if sometimes they'll get called simps if they do it. Shoot, some of those same men, they'll be a stepdaddy. These women complaining about some man don't want to be a stepfather or something, don't want to step up, don't want to take care of some other man's kids. There's some men who'll do it. They got money, they'll do it. But they gotta be fine though. They gotta be fine. Hell, people talk shit about the black pillars. I only got minor disagreements with them. They got a point. You got to be fine. You know? And see, there's going to be problems because, see, women complaining about men this and men that. I'm just saying, okay, just be honest about what you want. I'm going to tell you what. That's one thing I was blessed with. Women were always honest with me. That's why I can take even some women who didn't want me. They were at least honest about it. It's like, look, that's all we ask. All right? That's all we ask. You know? If you're going to say the man had money, okay. Then there shouldn't be. I mean, if that's the case, no man who's making above average salary, whatever, should be single. Let me say it again. No man, if it's just the money, he shouldn't be single. It's just the money. He's willing to protect and provide. Seriously, there's a, like when I talk select and non-select, I mean, each group can be broken down. Even in my book, when I talk about masked men, now those are men who have money, but they also have to be physically attractive. They have to look good. Seriously, they have to look good. Because if they physically unappealing and had the money, the women still ain't gonna fuck with them. And like I said, this ain't some speculation and shit. I've seen this for 30 years. Remember, I'm trained in how to research. Professional research. I'm trained in how to ask questions. You know? And then you can just see the shit. You know? You can just see the shit. So, you know, that's the thing. Just be honest out here. And men have to understand that. And men have to understand something too, because like I said, some men who try to go against, you know, what I always say about some men getting women without paying, they'll use that argument and say, well, wrong, the women are saying this, all these women are saying this. They ain't saying the whole thing. In fact, you know, like I said, all these women complaining and shit about a shortage of men. What they should say is a shortage of men they consider good looking with money. Or even not, just good looking. Because like I said, there's plenty of guys ain't making money like that and the women paying for them. You know? If they really wanted that money, the men is right there. But does he look good to them? Seriously. And if some man feel bad what I said, look, man, I'm here to tell the truth. We got to deal with reality. I'm going to tell you something now about dealing with reality. the reality of things. And many people who follow me, listen to me, they know this is what I do. I just deal with the reality of a situation. Things would change, but see, there's a lot of half-truths out there, omitted facts, things of that nature, shit that people don't want to talk about, you know? And especially women doing it a whole lot. They complain about men, but they doing it a whole lot. They just gotta be honest about what the fuck they want. Yeah, if you want that man with money, okay. Just admit that you want that man who's fine, you know, good looking without money. I mean, with money, you know? Because there's no way, like I said, it's just a reality. It's just a reality. You got a lot of guys, they making money, high educated, money, whatever. You know, got a house, got a car, late model car, got 800 credit, and ain't getting no play. I'm like, well, damn, shit. In fact, I told you when I first got into body game. Before I got into it, man, I was taking women to like plays, taking them out on the town, taking them to plays. I still got ticket receipts, you know. And shit, barely getting any play, barely getting any intimate with them, getting some play here and there, and even that was usually from women I ain't spending any money on, you know, doing all that shit. But then, as soon as circumstances was I couldn't roll like that anymore, but I was working out all the time, got body game. The same women doing vile shit to my body. So, I mean, all right, hold up. I'm taking you out, all of this, spending all this money, you know, got that great future, you know, in the transition phase, no money. I ain't even bringing that what I was about to be doing up, you know, living at home, no money. Shoot, could barely afford to pay attention. Couldn't get rid of the women. What was the difference? One would look better. Seriously, that's the difference. So, you know, we gotta just be honest with it. Just say what you want. You know? Say what you want. You want that money from a fine motherfucker. Alright? So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and